I can feel it pumping in the charts tonight. Oh Lord. The Bears got wrecked and the Bulls are taking flight. Oh Lord. Bitcoin blast past 100K pure might. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Yes, I can feel it in the air. I can feel it pumping in the charts tonight, you know? I feel it pumping, boys. Feel it. Feel the pump. Respect the pump. So yeah, we got some UK deals today, and we pumped right back above $100,000. We actually hit 104.4. I can't pull it up on this chart. But anyways, here we go. This is why. U.S. establishing a new paradigm for our special relationship. Yeah, so they basically got a new deal with the UK. This deal includes billions of dollars of increased market access for American exports, especially in agriculture, dramatically increasing access for American beef, ethanol, and virtually all of the products produced by our great farmers. The UK will reduce or eliminate numerous non-tariff barriers that unfairly discriminated against American products. This is now turning out to be really a great deal for both countries. This is going to boost trade between and across our countries. It's going to not only protect jobs, but create jobs, opening market access. This trade deal will significantly expand U.S. market access in the UK, creating a $5 billion opportunity for new exports for U.S. farmers, ranchers, and producers. Let's fucking go. Bullish. Bullish. I got a new guitar riff for you guys. It's kind of heavy though. Yeah, I'm too bullish right now, over here slaughtering the bears in my head. But yeah, let me just play this brief clip of this video, kind of just give you an idea of what the fuck is going on. And here we go.
Crypto stocks jumping as Bitcoin rockets past 100,000, fueled by a buzz over some of these new deals and deals that could be in the wings. Bitcoin was just at 75,000 a month ago. Are we entering a new bull cycle for the markets and for crypto? Yes. Who says yes? I'm still skeptical. I'm happy about the trade deals. I think this is positive. I still think this was a market that has run a lot and has reasons to continue to pull back or bounce around flat.
Well, Jackie, we quote your Dow, which I believe, the control room will correct me if I'm wrong. Our wonderful Charles Brady says the Dow exits correction territory. So we're starting to think about, again, is this new bull market, or is this, as you like to call it, the dead dog bounce, Jackie, the big fake out in the markets? When it comes to crypto, you know, there's rarely fundamental news. There was some Coinbase bought an options trading platform, kind of small potatoes. But when you think about sort of the key technical levels, people are really excited about regaining 100,000. Just 2.5 months ago, I believe we were coming down to like 76,000. And so the fact that this has sort of renewed the bullishness in the market, and I love, Jackie, in the intro, how you married the two between the enthusiasm and the excitement, is the China trade talks. Now, this is going to be the long game we've talked a lot about. We're not getting a trade deal from China next week. But the fact that we're starting to think about negotiations and having conversations, and it's Scott Bessent leading that conversation, I think has some optimism coming back today.
There are 3 other trade deals that Dan Clifton from Strategas expects, and this is kind of out there in the press as well. So we've got the UK. And then next up, expect, say, Israel, Australia, and India. So that would be 4. However, If you look at the top 15 of our trading partners, this is just this year so far, only the United Kingdom and India are in the top 15. So we are not talking about deals of any size. It's progress, but you need to see more progress.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. So yeah, there's more deals in the cards, and UK is not like, you know, it's in the top 15, and so is India. But there's other ones I want to talk about, like Japan, South Korea, and mainly China, you know? China is going to be the home run. When we come out with trade deals with China, markets globally are going to just rip, okay? Because everybody's kind of waiting on that one, you know? Now, let me go over some economic data. I don't want to bore you guys to death. Today we had initial jobless claims at 8:30 this morning, and it came in actually better than expected, which is good for, like, you know, employment, but not good for rate cuts. Like I said with the bench press analogy, the Fed needs to see a weakening labor market and things like that to give you that that spot, which would be the rate cuts. So yeah, going to the CME Fed Watch tool. Okay, this computer. Okay, I got this thing kicked in all the way till, no, this is June. A 16.5% chance of ease. Now let's go to the July meeting. Only 70%. It gets more and more likely as we get towards the end of the year. But this is something I want to talk about real quick. Let's look at September. It's more of like a guaranteed 87.8, and October 95, December 98. Okay, so we're for sure probably going to get cuts in October and December. Okay, now here's something to think about. The Fed is treading a thin line right now. All right, if these trade deals and stuff work out, we might not have that much stuff to worry about. Okay, this could end up being an extended bull market, honestly. But if the Fed waits too long, I mean, we're treading a thin line of extended bull run or bull run, the short, and then going into a recession, you know? So this is something to keep in mind. We could see an extended bull cycle maybe into Q1 or Q2 of next year if this works out like the way that everybody wants it to, you know? But basically, if they wait too long to cut, this could be the end of the bull market, like September, October-ish, you know, when they do cut. That's just something to keep in mind. You know, you got to think about this stuff. The Fed, they kind of already should have stimulated the economy, but if we continue to get trade deals like this, it's going to hold the market up. If we keep getting bullish, you know, employment stays good where it's at, we don't see a weakening labor market, then we could actually see an extended bull run. Mind you, this could end up in a recession when they start cutting. If they wait too long to cut, it could end up being a recession because Jay Powell is not, you know how I feel about that guy. He's a dick, and he could lead us into a recession just to make Trump look bad in midterms because he's a Biden loyalist. He's got Biden's dildo rotating in and out of his butthole at all times. So you have to think about that. He doesn't really care if the market does well or not. All he cares about is, meeting my 2% target of inflation, my 2%, bro. Yeah, shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear about your 2% inflation, bro. We want to hear about printing these fucking gains, you know? You know what? We don't even need you, Jay Powell. We got Trump coming out with trade deals and institutional adoption. Global fucking adoption. Print those fucking gains. You know? So that is something to keep in mind. Like, keep in mind that we're either going to have a nice run for a few months and then go into a recession, or an extended bull run, depending on how these trade deals come out, how the labor market takes this stuff, and the rate cuts, if he takes too long to cut these interest rates. All those things are factors, something to keep in mind. It's always good to have these possibilities in the back of your head. I know there's a lot of people thinking that we're going to go into a recession after we have a short run. You know, this could end up being an extended cycle. If this thing, you know, if the markets do well and then they finally do cut and it's not like fucked up and too late to cut, it could just pump liquidity in the markets until Q1 or Q2 of next year, and we could just rip, you know? And then we could see, you know, kind of like a medium bear market. I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think. I don't think it's going to be the nastiest bear market. We just came out of a nasty bear market, okay? This was an ugly bear market we just came out of. Extended bear market, especially for altcoins. Bitcoin did well. A lot of people argue with me like we weren't in a bear market, but then like Bitcoin wasn't in a bear market. Yeah, Bitcoin wasn't, but all the other fucking assets got raped, you know? Poo-pooed on. Diarrhea vomited, you know? Explosive diarrhea like shitted on. So, I mean, the bulls got hit with the reciprocating dildo for like 3 years. So, I just don't see this next bear market might be a little bit softer just because of all the institutional adoption, the regulation. You know, a lot of these people talking about a super cycle. I don't know. This might be the one. Who knows? You got Michael Saylor and these guys buying all this Bitcoin all the way through 2027 and all this shit going on. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying that also could be a possibility. But my personal opinion, if we do see an extended bull run, I think it could run into Q1 or Q2 of 2026. And if we don't get an extended cycle, I think October, September-ish is probably going to be where the market starts dumping. If things start getting bad and the Fed doesn't cut until then, they're going to probably cut when it's too fucking late because Powell's a too late loser, like Trump calls him. And if the Fed waits too long, that's just my opinion. This is not financial advice. These are just a few different possibilities I've ran through my head and thought about. Looking at the probabilities here on the CME FedWatch tool. Also, a lot of this data coming out is going to determine that. And honestly, we don't want to see the market weaken because the Fed is like determined to get this inflation to 2%, which is fucking delusional in my opinion. But you know, they might eventually go ahead and cut. Who knows? Anyways, let's get out of this conversation with rate cuts because it's like it stresses me out. All right, here's something that's bullish. Standard Chartered analyst apologizes for $120,000 Bitcoin price call. Says target may be too low. What? He said it's too fucking low. He said it's too low. I apologize. Let's see. I apologize that my USD 120K Q2 target may be too low. Head of Digital Assets Geoffrey Kendrick said at Standard Chartered, said in a tongue-in-cheek comment. Last month, Kendrick wrote a note saying that he expects Bitcoin to reach an all-time high of around 120,000 in the second quarter of 2025. On Thursday, Kendrick said his $120,000 Bitcoin price now looks very achievable, and that it might even be too low a target. Yeah, I think 120 is kind of low there, buddy boy. Those are rookie numbers. You need to get them gains up there, boy. You know? You need to get them gains, boy. But yeah, that's kind of too low. I'm thinking more of like at least 150 at the bare minimum. Bare minimum 150, my opinion. I think we're going much higher. But worst case scenario, I think at least 150. Now, here's something that I want to talk about that got me excited. Because this dude is a fucking douchebag. I lost a lot of Bitcoin and Ethereum to Alex Machinsky and Celsius. He just got sentenced to 12 years in prison today. Let's go. Get wrecked, my boy. Hope you're in there getting butt plugged right now, Alex. But yeah, Machinsky's 12-year sentence sets tone of enforcement in Trump era. So this is good. I'm not going to read all this stuff, but it just shows that Trump is not fucking around with fraudulent people in the space. Like, if you want to come in here and have exchanges and be ripping people off, well, you can go the fuck to prison, you know? That's just how it works. And I'm glad he's in prison. Honestly, I think 12 years is a little low. He fucked so many people out of life-changing gains, it's not even funny. Oh, debank yourself. The banks are fucking you. Join Celsius. He even came on, what was it, Digital Asset News, and was in an interview saying that all the assets were safe, and literally the next fucking day froze the withdrawals, you know? I remember watching that, and I was like worried about my money because it was quite a bit. I mean, I had like 10 ETH, and what else I have on? I had like a full Bitcoin and a couple altcoins on there, like Matic. I don't even know if it's called Polygon or Matic anymore. But I had a bunch of that, and I had Cardano, I had XRP, I had what else did I have, man? I had a few other altcoins on there, Solana, and yeah, everything was fucking gone. And they gave me like pennies on the dollar back, and now I'm trying to figure out how to file taxes on it. And they're trying to say I have to pay taxes on money that was returned to me, which is bullshit. Like, they need to do something about taxes in America too. That's a whole separate subject in my opinion, but if you lose that much money in fraudulent activity and they give you pennies on the dollar back, you should not have to fucking pay that as like income. That's fucking money that's being returned to you at a loss, which is bullshit. Fuck the tax system here. Anyways, guys, I think that's all I got for you actually. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing right now. It's still, I mean, Asian markets are trading right now. It's still floating around 103. I kind of thought that these Asian boys, when the Asian markets open, they might want to take profits, but it looks like, you know, looks like they're pumping us up. It looks like we're going to keep ripping. We might see some more announcements and trade deals coming to, tomorrow is Friday. So, you know, if we are in a bull market, there's something to think about. Weekends aren't going to be the same anymore. Weekends aren't going to be low volume, boring. It's going to be pumping and shit on the weekends from that high volume. When the bull market kicks in high gear, these weekends are not boring anymore. There will be volume. People are off work. They're actively buying and selling these fucking cryptocurrencies. Just something to keep in mind. Weekends are not boring during a bull market. You will see insane pumps over weekends sometimes. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I think that's all I got. So if you guys are getting any value, please like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, it feels good, you know, pumping in the charts tonight. Bears getting wrecked. Hit with that reciprocating dildo real hard today. There was almost, I think, $900 million dollars in shorts liquidated today. Just getting hit with that reciprocating dildo, boy. Just wrapped in barbed wire, covered in barbecue and lime juice, you know? All up in that ass, boy. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. It feels good to print gains, you know? It feels good to see the Bears get wrecked. But yeah, hold down the fort.